Hey guys, how are you, 5th grade? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're surviving quarantine and staying safe, obviously. So I wanted to let you know that obviously the 5th grade team, we are starting a YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe down below, okay? Because why not? We're awesome. We're amazing. You get to see your teachers. Like, come on now. So yeah, make sure you subscribe. That's the first thing, okay? But we are going to be creating daily videos going over the packets that you picked up. My part of the packet I'll be going over is the math portion. But before I get into all of that, okay, I just want to make sure that you understand the expectations. It's really important that you're following the schedule that was sent through Class Dojo, making sure you follow that, having a good routine for yourself. So for instance, from 8 to 8:30, a nice quiet read, 8:30 to 9:30, you get to, that's when you're going to do your academic ELA time, okay? From 9:30 to 10:15, go on Mayan or Lexia, something like that, very interactive, and you know how to get there. It's through Clever. 10:15 to 11, do some art, draw a picture, or listen to the radio, listen to some music, relax, you know what I mean? And then from 11 to 12, that's your free time, which is your recess. Go out, have fun, be a kid, make sure you eat your lunch. That's important. You need all the nutrients and energy. And then from 12 to 1, that's where I'm going to come in. That's the academic time for your math portion of the packet, that packet you picked up at Gomes or you either downloaded on the New Bedford website. From 12 to 1, that's my part, okay? From 1 to 1:45, you're going to work on Moby Max or Prodigy. Now, come on now. Prodigy's fun. You get to level up your wizard and all that. Then 1:45 to 2:30, you have a math problem of the day, which you'll have to check the page. So make sure you're checking Google Classroom, Class Dojo. You're staying up to date with both of those because that's where a lot of this remote learning is going to happen. So if you haven't activated your student account in Class Dojo, make sure to do it. Okay, and then from 2:30 to 3:15, you'll have your ELA Fix It, okay? And then 3:15 to 3:30, you're just doing your writing reflection. We'll have simple questions for you to just reflect about, okay? So it's not too bad. Then, going over the math portion of the packet that you picked up. So I really want you to focus on page 4, which is place values, page 5, which is powers of 10, and page 6, decimals in word form for tomorrow when we upload these videos for you. The channel will come up. Okay, so it's really important that you're really focusing on that. And if you've already done it, that's great, but go back and check your work. It's always important to check your work. Make sure that you're showing how you got your answer as well. You're doing your work on a separate sheet of paper. We don't want to just see just answers, because how do we know if you actually did it or if you looked it up? Make sure you're showing your work. So a few things to remember. I was looking over your packet today, and a few things to remember is, first of all, if you are feeling that you are not as strong as you want to be in place values, a helpful resource is the internet. Go online and you can literally, if you just search place value chart, they will come up with a ton of different place value charts to help you out, okay? It's a great resource online, okay? And us as well. Make sure if you have any questions, you have anything that you're struggling on, need help with, you comment down below, okay? And I will do my very best to get to you as soon as possible. So a couple things you need to remember when dealing with place values and decimals, okay? Remember, everything to the right of a decimal, right? Everything to the right is going to be your THSs. For instance, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, okay? Everything to the left is just your normal ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, etc., okay? And you can remember, you can always get a place value chart online or through any system. If you have an Xbox, you can get through that too. I know you can. They have internet of some sort, okay? Even YouTube, all right? So, a few things to remember. When you are multiplying a decimal by a power of 10, power of 10s are like 10, 100, 1,000, okay? So when you're multiplying a decimal by the power of 10, you are going to move your decimal place to the right, okay? So, for instance, let's do a couple examples. I'm going to write down a few examples. You can also follow along by getting a piece of paper and doing these out too, okay? So let's say I'm going to give you the number 0.05 5 times 10. Okay? Take a look at this. So your first step is going to be to realize if you're multiplying or dividing. So we're multiplying. That means that when we're multiplying by a decimal by the power of 10, we move the place to the decimal place to the, you said right, you are right. Okay? So look, 10. We have 10 here. How many zeros are in 10? Well, I notice that there is 1 0. Okay? That means I'm going to need to move my decimal point to the right 1 time. So if you do that with me, do that right now. Your answer, if you take a look, I moved it. I did my arrow and I moved it. Your answer should be 0.5. Okay? Well, you're saying, well, Miss Lunn, we have problems that are more than 10. We have problems like 10 to the third, 10 to whatever. Let's say you have 10 to the third. We have 0.05 times 10 to the third. Well, remember, 10 to the third is basically 10 times 10 times 10. Or, here's a simple way. Your 3 is telling you that your little exponent, the 3, is going to tell you that you need to have 3 zeros in this. So if you just write down the 1 and add 3 zeros, that's 1, 2, 3, it's going to be 1,000. So we're basically asking you to do 0.05 times 1,000. So, remember, now, we know we're multiplying. That means we have to move the decimal to the right. So we have to look at 1,000. How many zeros are in 1,000? Well, we have 1, 2, 3. Three zeros. So that means I'm going to move my decimal place 3 places to the right. So I'm going to take 0.05. I'm going to move it 1. Make sure you're following along. 2, 3. So my new answer is going to be 50. Okay? Now, when you're dividing, it's the same thing as multiplication, except instead of moving your decimal place to the right, you're moving your decimal place to the left. So when you divide a decimal by the power of 10, you're moving your decimal places to the left. Okay? So let's take another example. Let's say we have 0.05 divided by 100. Well, take a look. I'm right here. Take a look. How many zeros are in 100? If you notice, we have 2 zeros. 2 zeros in 100. That means I'm going to need to move my decimal place 2 places to the left. So I'm going to do that right now. 1, 2. So our new answer is 0.0005. Okay? So, just a quick recap. Everything to the right of the decimal are going to have your THSs. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Everything to the left of your decimal is going to be your normal ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Okay? Multiplying decimals by the power of 10, you are going to move your decimal place to the right. And dividing your decimals by a power of 10, you're going to move your decimal place to the left. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, make sure to put your questions down in the comments below. Subscribe now, okay? Subscribe. All right? And stay safe. Bye.